Let's talk about Jonathan James McCarthy, otherwise JJ.
And not to confuse him with J. Jonah Jameson, right?
That's it. Spider-Man. But Mr. JJ Watt, some people call him Senior McCarthy. As they call him JJ Watt.
We call it Senior. Is that what he said?
I said Senior McCarthy. But he's 21 years old from LaGrange, Illinois. He's got almost the build. He's got the framework for an NFL quarterback, but he's not quite the frame, I should say.
He's a little meat of the bones.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 202 pounds.
He needs to hang out with Eddie Lacy
at the Golden Corral. In high school, before even attending high school, he received a scholarship offer to play with Iowa State in 8th grade. That's something right there. He attended Nazareth Academy to start his high school career. In his sophomore junior seasons, he led the team to 26-2 record with consecutive appearances in the IHSA Classic 7A state championships, including winning it as a sophomore. I was about to say, if you don't know your ABCs or 1, 2, 3s, if you're not Michael Jackson, you can't follow this guy's career.
Way to start a song when I can't sing with my voice like this. I see what you did there.
1, 2, 3. Drew's on this conversation. It's all on me.
And you still can't get the words right. Come on.
Rats. It was at Nazareth. He started dating. What do we have to put who he started dating?
No. Because this is actually something I hear about actually with him. So we're going into it. We're going to keep. There's a reason I put this in the notes. I promise. There's a reason.
I guess I can't. Corporatus.
That's why I put in the notes. I knew you messed the name. I'm like, this is fun for Rob.
Oh, she's great. And he started getting into
Katya Koropas.
But yeah, he almost started getting into
he almost did.
What?
Almost what?
That's what he almost started getting big into meditation.
That's supposed to be also.
Yeah, I was about to say, Drew. You're trying to mess me all up here. It's messed up.
I keep you on your toes.
In 2020, Nazareth canceled their season due to COVID, and JJ transferred to IMG. And he also met Ethan over there, and he joined MI6.
MI6, wow. First off, Tom Cruise is a Clearwater guy. IMG is in Bradenton, about 20 minutes south of here.
Touche. So IMG Academy in Pagent, Florida, for his senior year. The team went 8-0 and won because this is high school football national championship.
Yep, literally the best team in all football.
He went everywhere to be the best guy. JJ grew up an Ohio State fan and played for the Buckeyes after competing in high school as a 5-star recruit. He says Coach Ryan Daly lied to his face, which is kind of messed up there, if you believe his words, and told him that he wouldn't take quarterback in 2021 recruiting class until the summer, but then accepted a commitment from Kyle McCord in April. As JJ says, I used to love them. Now I want to kill them. So he commented.
A direct quote, by the way. Legit direct quote. I love it.
Yeah, crazy. So he committed to their biggest rival, Michigan.
So here's why, real quick, I brought up the girlfriend thing. And you're like, why did I bring up the girlfriend thing? He's engaged to her now already. So There are teams in the NFL that like that kind of stuff because, like, okay, here's a guy looking to settle down. He's maturing. He's getting his life together and that kind of stuff. He's done with the party and all that kind of stuff.
He's dedicated to commitment.
Listen, there's something to be said about a guy who's at 21 looking to settle down and get his life together. At 21, I sure as hell wasn't.
Oh, hell no.
Kidding me? I was just running from the cops. I mean, what? Who said that?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So let's talk about Michigan in 2021.
hey, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know that a bunch of hoses over here?
Yeah. I'm going to be hanging out with those Yoopers with the
Those
trolls from
Wisconsin
under the
with
bridges over
FGs.
there. In 2021, as a backup for the season, he went 11 games, 34 of 59 with a 57.6 completion rate, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 27 was it the
Rush it.
I started there. 27 rushes, 124 yards, 4.6 yards per completions, 2 touchdowns. That's per reception there, I'm assuming.
No, yeah. So 27 rushes, 124 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, anyway, let's talk about 22. Let's say this guy, Jim Harbaugh, wasn't
When
sure.
if he ever goes to the NFL?
Wonder if he's good there, or like you said, goes to the NFL. Wasn't sure whether to start McCarthy or Clade McNorma at quarterback.
Who taught you how to read names? Cade McNamara.
Listen, there's so many different languages, so many different backgrounds, and how to pronounce the different names. So
it's freaking Irish. You're Irish.
Hey, listen, there's a difference between Irish and Scottish and whatnot. So let's get off your high horse there.
Scottish is a Mac, not a Mick. Okay.
That's not necessarily true. It's a son of, and it's also son of.
Yeah. Oh, so you know it. So you know it. You're familiar with the concepts. I got you.
But still, different pronunciations.
It's not.
Say radiator in Boston, and say radiator in Florida. You get the same words, different.
Actually, the big thing here is we don't call it antifreeze. We call it coolant.
So there you go. Proving my point.
A different word entirely.
I could butcher names all I want.
I can tell.
I don't do
you
what
can
I
also
want.
dance if you want to. You can leave the world behind.
But if your friends don't dance, if they don't dance, they're no friends of mine.
You can dance.
Safety.
I take it back. You can't dance.
SSS. AAA.
Ballerina, you are not.
You don't know the safety dance. You son of a gun. Anyway. The competition even spilled into the regular season as you want to say it, Drew? McAmadoo.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
He would have got away with 2 voices of those damn kids and that dog.
And that tricky last name. Started week 1
McNamara, a really difficult last name.
And McCarthy started week 2. I'm just being direct.
I would smack you right now.
Yeah. I'm sure the NFL and half to everyone out there in podcast I'm smack.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Anyway,
let you have this one. He needs
it. Anyway, McCarthy in week 2 was the start, where his performance wrapped up the starting job going forward. Never looked back. He went 14 games, 64.6 completions, 2,719 yards, 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 70 rushes, with 306 yards of carry, 306 yards rushing, 4.4 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. Second team All Big Ten. Pretty nice improvement.
Not bad.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Act now, and you'll also get
In
a national
2023,
championship.
yeah, McCarthy was the starter throughout the whole season and developed a reputation as being very efficient as a passer on their way to the national championship. Which, if you looked at his tape, he improved game over game for the most part. 15 games, 72.3 completions, 2,991 yards, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 64 rushes, 20. Well, I was going to say 20, but let's break it down. 2,020 yards, or yeah, 2,000.
That can't be right. That can't be
right.
Yeah,
wait a minute. That guy ran forever. He went for 202 yards. Thanks, Drew. Read the notes. Let me sabotage everything.
Womp.
202 yards. He averaged.
Hey, if somebody was on time and didn't get here 5 minutes late after the start, maybe a chance to read it over. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's that? Get your water.
So much work. 3.2 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns. CFP National Championship. He was the, should I say, Grease Breeze, Drew?
Yeah. You remember Brian Greasy?
I know. Anyway, Grease Breeze, quarterback of the year, first team All Big Ten.
Full metal jacket.
23 game logs versus the top 10 defenses. Because, like we did for the first top 3, we're breaking down the quarterbacks against the toughest defenses they went against to see how they could stack up against the NFL teams.
Generation. I can't do that right now. X-Pac over here.
I was going Triple H. I got the water and everything.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, your ass better call somebody. So, go against the top 10 defenses in this division here against Alabama.
It was freaking Bama.
Bama. McCarthy went 17 of 27, 63% completion with 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 rushes, 25 yards. And
not bad.
Yeah, not bad, but you know what?
Not great, not bad.
He's also the first quarterback on this list not to throw an interception in this stat. Against Ohio State. Oh, it's super efficient. Against Ohio State, he went 16 of 20, which is, if you keep track, less completions, but you know what he did? More efficiency. 20%, 20% missed, 80% completion rate.
Wow.
148 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 rushes, 17 yards. Not a great day, even though he had an 80% completion rate, but he was efficient. Efficient day. Against,
and that's a theme. And that's the issue you have with him. You go, okay, he got some great games, efficient wise, but he never took the games over.
No.
He was never asked to either. So it's like, can he do it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
Is he the guy to take it to glory? Is he the guy that's going to But against Iowa, he was 22 of 30. 73.3 completion rate, 147 yards, 6 rushes for a big whopping negative 35 yards of rushing.
Yeah.
Once again, not a great day.
Efficient,
but
though.
Efficient.
That's what he is.
Can't take away. Efficient.
You can't take that away from him. Oh, no.
Which, once again, these 3, and we're going to round it up with this, with the next one, you'll notice no interceptions.
Yeah.
Against Penn State, he had...
I don't know if I even call this efficient anymore.
It's 7 of 8.
Goes beyond efficient.
Yeah. 87.5 completion rate, 60 yards, 8 rushes, 34 yards, which is, it sounds like he played like a down or a quarter on this.
It reminds me. Remember Mac Jones' rookie year when they played the Bills and they just kept on running the ball and running the ball and running
well,
the
that's
ball.
what this was. I was about to say.
Yeah.
This reminds me, if you want to go recent NFL history, like you said, the Patriots versus the Bills, where they ran in the snow, where they ran it every point, every point they could, because Penn State gave up 227 rushing yards on the day. So it obviously wasn't a passing day. Crazy. Anyway, let's get into some pros and cons here, because we got some pros.
Oh yes.
The bigger one is he ran like an NFL style system quarterback, especially one that runs under a hardball organization.
Yeah, I mean, he runs the same offense he does in Michigan that he did in the Niners, and probably the same system of run over in Los Angeles with the Chargers too. So
yeah, so like there's a lot of good things over here. He could throw lasers into tight windows, which some of these guys we talked about in top 3, like you talk about some tight coverage and college, they made it. You talk about some of those tight coverages in NFL, it was meh. But McCarthy seems like he could really lace the ball in there, and not just laces out or laces in, but really lace it into the arms. He's a true leader of a team as well.
You go to Ace Ventura there.
I was trying to go there. It was
you were going hard. There. I saw it.
It was a little hard there, but I tried.
Wait, Harley Finkel?
Laces out, Dan.
Turn around.
And there's a lot of quarterbacks coming out of this draft that have really good footwork and can run the ball. And I feel like McCarthy's really kind of flew under the radar a little bit with it, but he's got some really good, moving around the building and rushes. Obviously, as we went through how much rushing yards he's had.
Yeah.
Especially when he had 2,020 yards rushing and not 202 yards.
Made one mistake.
Yeah. He's also really good under pressure. As we him and Freddie Murphy and David Bowie were best friends.
Oh yes.
I mean, even looking at the national championship game, he looked like he belonged there. He looked like he owned the game. And he also has the ability to run with it or throw it on the run. It kind of gives him some of that standard mobility quarterback efficiency that you almost need in today's game, the way it's been played. So very, very, very nice pros. And it's amazing to see all those pros to fall to down this far down, if you will. Cons.
Cons.
He doesn't throw the best deep ball.
No.
The offense was more run oriented. So he was more of that, hey, we're going to worry about the run, and you got a good quarterback. Shit. Well, we still got to respect the run a little bit more.
Here's the thing: is you're talking about drafting this guy first round, first half of the first round, even potentially, and it's like, if he's so good, why wasn't his offense run around him? That's the question. It's a legit question. If he's that good, should they have passed more? Was this Harbaugh's issue? Was it them protecting him from himself? I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time,
You're telling me against let's say Penn State, for example. You're telling me that you think that Washington would only let Penix throw the ball 8 times? Oregon only let Bo Nix throw the ball 8 times?
no, they wouldn't have.
That's what I'm saying.
It is. So you don't know what you're going to get out of him at the national level because,
JJ McCarthy is like a box of chocolates.
oh, yes, you might get the Nutter Butter or you might get the sweet strawberry.
What are you doing? Wow. Wow.
I don't know what's in the box of chocolates.
Way to ruin a beautiful Tom Hanks movie.
What? That's not. You lie.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
That's a fantastic movie. Anyway, he needs to run through his reads a little quicker. He likes to sit there in the backfield and try to process moves a little bit more.
What's good is he does actually run through them, though. He does run through them. You can see it, the thought process in his head as he moves around a little bit, but it's just like
the release.
It's if you hold on the ball too long in the NFL, you're gonna get a hit.
Yes. And as a quarterback, the less you get hit, the better.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Ask Eli.
Yeah. He also needs to learn to throw the ball away when necessary, which goes in line of what we're saying to read the ball better.
So you know how many times he threw the ball away the entire season?
Tell me, Drew.
Take a guess. How many things? How many times do you think it is?
I want to say 0.
Once.
Oh, there we go.
Once.
I wasn't far off.
The entire season. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much. He also, like, as much as we talked about how efficient he was, his accuracy is not the best on the field. He needs to learn to throw the ball a little bit better, especially when he's trying to hit targets in stride.
Yeah.
So he wants to run. He wants to do the Mahomes things. You got to learn your footwork when you're doing this. You can't just go out there, balls.
It's everything. It's not just footwork. It's also your shoulders because you got to square them off.
Well, that all lines up. Like everyone that threw a javelin out there, there's a step process before you release your shoulders. There's a step process.
Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
But it goes into the football. It's not not that much different of a throw.
I never thought I'd see the day that Rob be giving javelin throwing lessons on 2 giant goop balls, but here we are.
Same here.
Go for it. We'll do the shot put next. What the hell?
Effing. No, but say, like, if you're in stride, like, you got to release in stride. You can't be releasing on your back foot or forward foot. Yeah, it's.
Listen, I've released my back before.
Well, that's on you.
Oh, bazinga!
But I mean, the final movement is he's 6'3". He's got the height. He's got the frame. But at 202 pounds, he's got the. No, he doesn't have the looks because his problem is he needs to probably add 25 pounds to be an NFL quarterback. Like at 202 pounds, he's a little bit of a lightweight. Yeah,
time for a pasta dinner. Oh, you there? We lose you, Rob? Up. I think we lost Rob. So let me take his place here until he gets on back here. So Boomer Esiason recently on JJ McCarthy said he fits the mold. Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, kind of understated, definitely a leader, but not somebody who is going to be out there like Baker Mayfield was in Cleveland. He's not going to be doing a million commercials or all that stuff. He's not going to embarrass the franchise. Do they do it at 6 or do they trade out of it? Get a couple assets to still be there to take him in the top 15 if that's the case? And that's the question. To me, I think 6 is way too early to take him. Way too early. I even question, honestly, if he's the best of this group that we're talking about here today. I still think he's not. But if you're Joe Shane, who obviously has much more information than I do. I'm not going to sit there and try to say otherwise. And you think this is your guy. I've said it before. I don't care who Joe Shane thinks is his guy. Go get who you think is your guy. Ignore everybody else. Go get whoever you think is your guy because you have the information we don't have. You have the medicals, you have the backgrounds, you have the conversations, you have the better eye on this stuff. So if you think that's the guy, personally, I would say trade down a little bit to like, 10 to 15 range at that point. Take it then. But
Yeah.
I think that's still high too. Like I honestly think he's more of a lead first, early second kind of guy.
So I mean, we've talked
I
about the
lean
final
towards the
verdict
second.
here.
Yeah, let's get into that. Now,
Yeah.
before we give our final verdict, if you haven't already, I saw a couple people giving some thoughts on him. Well, also some thoughts on Forrest Gump. Go ahead and pop in your thoughts because we're gonna, same as we did with the last one, we're gonna break this down to individual videos as well for each of the players too. So,
Ooh, do you want to go through some of those comments over there?
we'll do that in a second. Give the final verdict. Let's get
All
the
right.
final verdict. Now you can give your own verdict because the one I gave obviously is mine. But
I was going to say there. Do you want to give your verdict and then want me to go into mine?
so
We'll
yeah, so I said he's very raw, needs time and patience to develop. Luckily, he's also very young. Again, he's 21 years old. His ceiling is a taller version of Russell Wilson, in my opinion. And I mean the Seattle version, not the Denver version. He's never going to be the guy that throws it for more yards than anybody else in the NFL. He's going to be efficient. He's going to be mobile. He's going to be a guy that's going to rally the team around him. I think he's going to be a decent guy in this league. I just don't think he's ever going to be elite.
You also
I think he's the guy you have to build the team around.
You also remember that Russell Wilson was like a top 5 quarterback for a few years of his career, especially when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, in his prime. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So he was definitely
Russell Wilson is not a guy like Manning and Breeze where every year you're like, okay, top 5 in every category.
I mean, he was not far off that in his prime.
In his prime, but I'm saying year after year, he didn't have that 10, 15 year stretch like those guys did. And that's what I mean.
I mean, I'm going to start super high because I got 3 opinions on this guy. Because I think the ceiling could be very high, the floor could be very low.
Watch as we learn to develop Rob's multiple personality disorder.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to start very high.
All 3 of his opinions.
All 3. This guy has got a lot of Tom Brady-esque stuff about him on film. He's got a lot of, I'm not going to be the greatest quarterback, but I'm going to be the greatest quarterback because I can play forever. And I have the ability to throw into a good system with a good team around me and have everything going. Tom Brady is a great quarterback. I'm not trying to think anything away from him. I don't think he has that in him to be a Tom Brady, but that's his ceiling to a lot of people. His floor to me is more like a Zappy.
Whoa.
Pick your other Patriots quarterback this year. Yeah. Take your abundance. You could go there. But where I actually see him being is more like an Alex Smith in this league. He's going to not be your flashy quarterback. He's going to win you games. He's probably going to have great games and lose you games because he's not that flashy quarterback.
He goes 7 of 10.
7 of 10. Like, listen, I watched. It blew my mind when Tim Tebow came up. You watched Alex Smith throw for 35 completions, 440 yards, 3 touchdowns, lose the ball game. That's what he could be. And then you get the guy that loves Jesus to come in and go 3 for 10 with 75 yards.
He's praying for a win.
Yeah. Touche. That was his problem.
That's
exactly his problem.
The SNL skit where Jesus came in at halftime and went into the Broncos locker room.
No,
it was hilarious. Amazing. It was hilarious.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
do you want to go into?
So you're saying anywhere from Tom Brady to Bailey Zappi?
Yep.
So basically, you're all over the place.
I'm going more Alex Smith because I think he has the ceiling. I think he has the coachability. He's got the room for improvement. He's showed it through his career since 8th grade to really improve his ability. I don't think he's going to play for 25 years and do what, Brady has done, but you can't take away the improvements and the system that he's been in and able to improve from there. Like, that's something he has the ability to do. I don't think he's going to possibly go that high, but you can't take that away. But he's also got the ability to fizzle out as a
kid, and he's going to take him really high, and I think he's going to be a legitimate player in this league. But I think he's going to be taken so high he'll never live up to the hype.
But that's part of it as well. Like, Tom Brady was able to develop because he was taken so low. Alex Smith was taken high and was using views all around, and I think that's more what this is where he's going to be.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they said in the comments section here. Aaron Blue Shirts Bander says, "Can we agree that JJ shouldn't be drafted at 6? Seems like a reach." And yeah, I definitely agree with that one there. Deb says JJ McCarthy in the first round. Again, I think he's more of a second round talent. The only reason I could ever see, like, if you took everything out of the picture about where I think he's going to actually go, if I got to pick where I wanted to take him, I would still just say probably end of the first round just to get that 5th-year option in case he is that good. I like that with the quarterback, but he's a second round talent, definitely, in my opinion. Yeah. All right.
To the streamer!
To Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.